Good morning. Good morning. I still don't have a theme song. Come on, Johan, you're slacking on the job here. We need like an intro song, an energy song to get us started every Monday. How are you all? How is everybody? I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. I hope you did something fun. Hey Lisa, how are you? Yes, I know I missed all your calls. I can't wait to see you later this week. Woo-hoo, whoop, whoop, whoop. So, what did you guys get up to over this weekend? What did I get up to over this weekend? It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I was filming. Hey Jam, I was going to reply to you actually. Thank you so much for your incredibly sweet message. I'm just doing what I can to support, and I see you doing amazing things. And I just want to say, for anybody who is in Toronto, in the Greater Toronto area, who can get to Toronto November 23rd, November 30th, you have to take this masterclass with this amazing speaker. Her name is Jam Gamble, and you can follow her Instagram. I know her Instagram is I am Jam Gamble. And Jam is, okay, so let me tell you how I met or came across Jam. I'd never heard of her. And then I was at an event this summer because, like going to brunches became a full-time job for me this summer. Went to a brunch and she was speaking. And I was literally like, stop, Harpo, who this woman? Because she was so engaging, so funny, so just, she truly is. Like, there are not many people that I would say this about. She's truly a phenomenal speaker. And so I really wanted to go to her masterclass, but unfortunately doesn't work out with my schedule. So, but I wanted to support her as well, because I think what she's doing is incredibly powerful. And what Jam is doing is, yes, it's a masterclass to teach you to speak, but it's a masterclass just to help. You don't have to want to be a speaker on stage. You don't have to be someone who presents all the time, but just even how you speak and how you project yourself in the world, how you introduce yourself to people is really important. And those are some of the things that Jam will teach in her masterclass. So like I said, if you're in Toronto, in the Greater Toronto area, if you can get to Toronto, this is one that you don't want to snooze on. And I'll say as well, and I hope she's not going to mind me saying this, like the price that you're going to get this, it's 2 full days, people, plus food. 2 full days plus food. And the price is just ridiculous. Like for her skill level, for what you will learn, ridiculous. You don't snooze on this. But anyway, there you go. That's my pitch for Jam, because I think she's amazing. And I'm going to tell you what I did, because, it's all about me. No, it's not about me at all. But an incredible few days. I was filming on Friday, Saturday, and got to speak to some incredible women. I've been trying to get this interview with a lady called Monique London. She is the founder of a company called London Ivy, and it's a skincare, hair care that is made with organic ingredients, just all natural, all amazing, by a Black woman, and really targeted women of color. And I've been trying to get her to give me an interview, and she's notoriously shy, doesn't like to talk about herself. And she finally said yes. And so I got to interview her, and it was such a beautiful conversation, so wonderful to hear her story of how she came to create this brand and what she's trying to achieve with this brand. Then I got to interview an Olympic athlete. Her name is Tabia Charles, and she still holds the Canadian record for triple jump. 9 years later, her record still stands, and she's just been inducted into the Hall of Fame at Miami University. And oh my gosh, such a beautiful conversation. And what was so fascinating for me was how sometimes how the world sees you is not always how you see yourself. And she spoke about how her disappointment, here she is, she's still 9 years on, holds the Canadian record for triple jump, and yet she somehow felt like she had failed, because when she got to the 2008 Olympics in Beijing, she had an injury, and so she didn't perform at her best, still made it to the top 10 in the world, still felt like she didn't perform her best. and then had a career-ending injury a year before 2012, when she really felt like she had her best shot at being on the podium at the 2012 Olympics in London, and how she had to pick herself up from that and the regrets that go with that and the what ifs and all that. Beautiful conversation that I cannot wait to share with you, and also for me to tell you about what she's doing now and how she's really reinvented herself and how she's in some ways coming back to athletics after all these years, when she said literally I couldn't watch athletics because it hurt so much. And then I got to interview the amazing Miss Julie Black. Now, she is, I mean, they call her the queen of Canadian R&B, which I feel like is so limiting because she's beyond just Canadian R&B. She has one of the most beautiful, just raw, powerful voices I've ever heard. And I feel like the world is really snoozing on Miss Julie Black because she's just raw talent. Like, she told me she's never had vocal training. She cannot read music, never had vocal training, but you should hear her voice. If you've never heard of her, check her out. Her name is Julie Black, spelled Jully Black, and I think on Instagram she's Miss Julie Black. Check her out. She's got a new album coming out 2020. She's also kind of expanding her skills. She's going into theater in the new year and just trying some new things. But it was really interesting to hear the conversation with her about what it's been like for her being in the music industry and the challenges and everything that she's faced. So that was Friday's interviews. And then Saturday, I got to interview Nkechi Nwafo Robinson, who... energy. If you want to talk about, like, if I could just like bottle up her energy, like, I would love to, because she's amazing and had, oh my gosh, such a beautiful story about how she came to be who she is in terms of just the things she's had to overcome, the personal development she's had to go through. So that was my weekend, and then I was exhausted yesterday and I slept most of the day. But yeah, and I wanted to share with you, there is a point to today's life beside me talking about myself and promoting Miss Jam Gamble. Don't forget, I am Jam Gamble. She has a masterclass coming up November 23rd and 30th. But beyond that, what I wanted to talk about was something that was a common theme with all of the women that I spoke to. Every single one, all of the women I spoke to talked about how we as women, and in particular as women of color, we tend to compare ourselves. We have this comparisonitis where we feel like if someone else, you know, how are we stacking up against somebody else? How are other people doing? And then we also talk ourselves out of our dreams and out of our goals because, oh, somebody else is already doing it. Oh, somebody else is better than me. And it's just this whole thing about there is no need for us to compare. There is no need, because somebody is doing what I do doesn't mean there's any less of a pie. Like it comes from almost this poverty mindset where we feel like if someone has it, then I can't get it. And like Jam is saying, like, why do we harm ourselves in this way? Like it truly is harmful to us, because it shouldn't be about competing. It should be about supporting. Because if anything, if someone is doing what I want to do, that tells me there's a need, that tells me that there's an opportunity for me to come and do it my way. It doesn't mean that, oh, she's doing it, so I can't do it as well. So that was really, like, every single one talked about it in their own way. And, you know, like Jam is saying, our journey is our journey. And what is for you is for you. It'll never be for somebody else. And even if somebody else is doing exactly what you wanted to do, they're not you. They will never be able to do it the way that you do it, the way you will bring yourself, your energy, your spirit, your skills, who you are, you know. And so that was something that I found so interesting, because it wasn't a prompted conversation. It was, they all said it each in their own way, how they've all either suffered from it themselves, where they were comparing themselves with others and just realized how harmful that was, or where they see it, where especially as women of color, where we feel like everybody else is our competition. And yet they're not. Like, if we build bridges, if we come together, it's amazing the power that we can have when we support each other as opposed to compete with each other. And, Jam is on and she says, don't compare your blueprint to somebody else's. Absolutely. Your dream, you were given your dream because it is your dream. It wasn't given to somebody else. Even if you have similar dreams, that is your dream. That is for you to execute. And so everyone talked about how sometimes we talk ourselves out of achieving things, talk ourselves out of greatness, talk ourselves out of our potential because we look at what other people are doing and then we say, oh, they're better than me, or even when we think they're worse than me. Like, that's comparison, and it's harmful. It's harmful to you and it's harmful to everybody else. So that was kind of the message that I got from my conversations with all these amazing women. If you think about, each one of them has achieved incredible things in their career, each in their own way, each looking very different. And yet for each one, they've encountered it in some way, whether the community didn't support them or whether they felt they needed to compare themselves with somebody. So that's just my message for this week, is don't go through life looking at everybody as competition. Go through life looking at opportunities to collaborate. Go through life looking at opportunities to support other people, because you never know the blessings that will come to you from supporting. And also just that energy that you spend hating on somebody else or comparing yourself with somebody else or putting yourself down. It just really, really, really just is not productive. It really is not productive and just serves to harm you more than it does to harm somebody else. So that's what I wanted to share about what I did this weekend, an incredible message. I can't wait to share with you those interviews in a few weeks with these phenomenal women. And I can't wait for one day Miss Jam Gamble to come give us an interview. And yes, like I said, really just have a wonderful week. Check out Jam. I'm not saying this because she's on. Like, really, I truly was wowed by her and would love to learn from her. And so, yeah, if you're somebody who's in Toronto, can get to Toronto, check her out. I am Jam Gamble. So I am, and then Jam, Jam, and then Gamble, Gamble. And I'll put that in the notes after. And check her out. Amazing woman. And let's support each other. And I want to say, because my nephew's back. Hey, Elijah. He's my ride or die. How are you? I missed you because he'd gone away for a while and wasn't watching my live. So good to have you back. Thank you so much, everybody who joined. I'm so grateful to you all for watching. I wish you all a phenomenal week. Go be your best. Go do your best. Let's achieve incredible things this week. Love you all. Thank you. Thanks, Jam.